Hello, welcome back to Tail-Free Cabins. A lot of times when I'm towing the trailer and I have JD, I'll get a lot of questions in those videos. They'll ask me a lot of things about the trailer, tie down devices, how long is my trailer, and I always try to do my best to answer them, but year by year I still learn things every year, and I just want to pass along a few things. And a lot of these things that I learn, they usually come from your comments, so I always appreciate when you leave comments down below. But today I want to talk about trailing my tractor and just a little updates on how to make it a little bit safer and a couple aids that you could use to help you out. And the first thing is when I load my tractor up, it's always a guessing game with me. I might have implements in the front, I might have implements in the back, and as I'm pulling up on the trailer, I'm looking and I'm watching the tongue come down a little bit, and I'm really just guessing how much tongue weight is on the ball of my hitch. And a lot of times when I'm driving, I can feel that maybe it should have been a little bit heavier or it should have been a little bit lighter. But then when I load things up, it just never seems to be the same way twice. Same thing with tying down my tractor. I try to use ratchet straps. I used 4 different straps in 4 different areas. I try to be safe, but when I'm towing, a lot of times I just never feel that comfortable even with the straps on, and I know I go over it twice. I always pick out different areas to strap it down, and it never seems like I strap it down the same way twice either. I'm always trying different variations or something different. So today I want to help out on both of those aspects. Leveling out the trailer so you're not putting too much weight up front, or maybe not enough weight up front. And then aids to help strap down that tractor, because there really aren't a lot of good points in the front for you to put any ratchet straps on. So why don't you stick around, we'll go over a few things. I'll get JD up on the trailer, I'll get my truck hooked up, and I'll show you a couple aids that I think will help you out. During a previous video which involved me using the trailer, I got a comment and they said for me to try a way-safe ball mount hitch setup. So I have an 8-inch model here. It comes with 2 different size balls, you can pick that, and it has a built-in scale in the mount. This scale will allow you to see how heavy your tongue weight is. Everything came nicely packaged and well protected. This has keyed-alike locking mechanisms, one to lock up the pins that adjust the ball up and down, and the other is to lock the shank into your hitch. This is rated 1,500 pounds on the tongue weight and 12,500 pounds gross trailer weight. I've got it all mounted on my pickup truck, and if I check the sticker on my hitch underneath the truck, you'll see that the sticker says that maximum tongue weight is 500 pounds, 1,210 if I'm using a weight distribution hitch. My trailer is 20 feet long, and at the end it has a dovetail. So it's always nice to have the front end a little bit lower than necessary so I don't scrape in the back end. So I'm parked on my driveway, which is fairly flat, and I'm trying to find the right height to adjust this ball mount. WaySafe sells several different varieties of ball mounts and several different sizes. For instance, this could have gone as little as 4 inches, 6 inches, and I have an 8-inch here. Now just because it's 8 inches from top to bottom, it doesn't mean that I can't pull out the shank, reverse it, and raise it up and get another 8 inches on the top. I'm not sure if I would ever have a need for that, but that is possible. If you need to change from a 2-inch ball to, let's say, a 2 5/16 like I would have for my RV, it's pretty easy to do by just pulling out the pin. Once you pull the ball out, you put the other one in, put the pin back in, and it pretty much locks into place when you have it secured. Now if my trailer is approximately 2,000 pounds, and let's just say my tractor is 2,000 pounds, that's 4,000 altogether, and you normally want about 10 to 15% of your total load, and 10 to 15% of that would go on the tongue weight. I'm going to pull a little bit more forward than I normally would just to show you the weight scale going up as the tractor moves forward. but according to my load I want it to be somewhere in the middle of 400 to 500 pounds. Now if I decide I want to start adding more implements on the trailer to take with me, that's where the guessing game used to come in, and now I can take that guesswork out of it. Now if you put trailer jacks on your trailer like I have in the rear, I have 2 jacks back there for loading and unloading, make sure you loosen those up and bring the jacks up off the ground to get a correct reading on the scale. So this setup right here is just about right with tongue weight and everything is well balanced. If I had the backhoe on back, I would probably have to move the tractor a little bit more forward. If this is a product you want to consider, I'll leave a link in the description below. They have a variety of different ball mounts and different sizes. If you don't like the brushed metal look, you can go with black. The one that I have is going to replace about 4 different ball mounts that I have with different size balls on it and then different size heights on the shank. So for me, this product is basically a one size fits all. I can only tow one thing at a time, but I can do several adjustments with it. And it sure beats my old ones that would rust out within a year or two and look like this. Once you decide a product that you're looking for, you would select your drop length that you want. So you do the drop down list, 4, 6, 8 inches. Pick the shank size that's going to fit into your hitch, so that would be 2 by 2 inches for mine. And 2 different size balls to come with it, easily interchangeable. If you're working with a larger trailer or heavier load, such an RV and something like that, they do carry a line of weight distribution hitches also. WasteSafe has been around for about 10 years now, and they're made in the United States. Their products do come with a limited lifetime warranty, and that's all explained on the website if you want to check that out also. Most of WasteSafe's products are cut from aircraft-grade aluminum, stainless, and high-quality steel components. Can't say enough about the overall machining, the overall look, the milling. It's very well built, and I look forward to this lasting a long, long time. So this is a little bit awkward right here for the proper tongue weight to be in the front. But if I were to have the backhoe on, which I usually do, and that's about another 650 pounds on the back end, then this tractor could come up further. Same thing with the brush hog. The brush hog definitely puts a lot of weight on the back. It's got that fulcrum type weight because it's so long. We have a winter storm coming in, so I don't want to play around with too many of these implements. In fact, it's coming tomorrow. But let's just say for all intents and purposes, I'm where I want to be, the tractor's where it has to be, and I'm all situated with my tongue weight. Then it's time to strap things down. And that's another part where I've always had issues. Not so much in the back, but mostly in the front of this tractor. When I strap it down, I probably never strapped it down the same way twice. It's always hard to find a tie down point, whether you're going to be using chains or you're going to be using ratchet straps, and I usually use ratchet straps. But through the aid of Ken's bolt-on hooks, I was able to get some tie downs for the front and the rear and install these on the tractor. These tie downs are around $34 each, comes in a pair, whether you get the front pair or the rear pair. Now if you have a backhoe like I do, you probably could get away with not getting a rear pair because the backhoe framing has a nice place for you to put a ratchet strap on or a hook. But most people do not get their 1025Rs with a backhoe. In fact, probably a good 66 to 70% of the folks that buy the 1025R, and it might be even higher than that, don't have a backhoe. So getting the front and rear would be a pretty easy decision, especially in the front. The front has always been a problem for me to tie things down, worrying about where the straps are going to lay, worrying about if the straps are going to cut into something or if something is going to cut into my straps, and I've had that happen before. So installing these are pretty simple. You're using existing bolts to your tractor. There's plenty enough thread to take these off and put them right back on. Now you can decide yourself if you want which direction you want to have your straps hooked to. So I usually go to the front, but that would be if you want to go to the rear. I would spin this around and just have them come off to the front. Okay, this makes a very strong, bomb-proof way of strapping down the front end of your tractor. And like I said, I've always tried to figure out the best way to do it, and this makes it a no-brainer. I have used some of Ken's bolt-on products before. When I got my Harbor Freight quick hitch, the hook that came with it did not work properly, so Ken sells a hook for it that's going to make it work with just about all of my attachments for the 3-point hitch. So if you have a quick hitch and the hook is just not working for all of your implements, give this a try. He makes it for imported quick hitches and also the iMatch. If you don't have a 1025R or some other type of tractor, he also makes a lot of other bolt-on products to put onto your front end loader to give you hooks up front, a bolt-on step, bolt-on grab handles, just a variety of products. Just check out the website and there's probably something there that you might like. Now I like to use 4 tie-down points. I have all these little pockets around my trailer, and I do not recommend you putting your ratchet strap or chain down in these pockets because it is a very sharp edge. When I did, I tried to put the jacket of some old fire hose down in there, but it was very tight and it was very difficult to work with. But through another comment from a viewer, I ended up getting these stake pockets, and they work perfect. You put them inside your little pocket area, you put your pin in, and then you have a nice tie-down point for the other end of your ratchet strap. Okay, so that's just 2 products that are going to help me in the long run, especially during all my trailer time. The Ken's bolt-on brackets are going to be a lifesaver because it was always a decision on where to hook this thing up, especially on the front side of the tractor. From now on, I will always use those hooks up front. And then the WaveSafe shank, I got the 8-inch, but they make a 6-inch, a 4-inch, and you can go bigger than 8 inches if you need it. I like the idea of having this shank the way it is, adjustable. It's very easy to adjust the ball. It's easy to adjust the height. It replaces probably 3 of my other shanks, you know, because I had one with a 2-inch drop, a 4-inch drop, and a 6-inch drop. And now I could just use this one for all purpose, basically. And then have that peace of mind of knowing what the tongue weight is. So I just wanted to share those 2 products with you. And I know when you first start out buying a tractor that you're probably strapped for cash, but little by little you start getting implements, you end up with a trailer, you maybe take it on the road, you think you're maybe going to do some side work with it, some side hustle and make a little money on the side. So as you start gaining all these things, you get a little bit of education, you realize you need to acquire some other aids to help you make it a safer tow and peace of mind. So I appreciate everybody watching. Hope you enjoy and subscribe to these videos. Click on that little bell when you want to know when a new one is coming out. And keep an eye on us. Take care, everybody.